Sheila.
Hi, I'm Aika.
Hi, I'm Khalil. Hi, I'm Mateo.
And welcome to Kids in the Kitchen.
Well, today we have some new guests with us, Khalil and Mateo. So Khalil, you're older, so why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm in 4th grade. I like to play the saxophone, and I like sports.
Okay, great. And Mateo?
I'm in 2nd grade. I like to sing. I like to do track and football.
Okay.
Wonderful.
I like football too.
Yeah.
I've been banned from playing it recently by my father. Really. And today what we decided to do is have a show where we feature corn. So everything we make will be about corn. We wanted to celebrate the Thanksgiving season a little bit differently and celebrate one of America's truest forms of food. America was introduced to corn, the settlers that came here through the Native Americans, and it's been a staple in our diet ever since. Sheila and I will talk about many of the foods that we eat that have corn today.
We'll have all kind of corny facts about corn today.
Yeah. And so what we'd like to do is go ahead and get started because we have a lot of stuff that we'd like to cook for you, and we know that the things that we make, your family will be able to make and enjoy eating.
Well, Mike, before you guys get started on the first thing, I just want to let the viewers know we're working on something today, which is going to be corn chowder. It's going to be something that we work on all through the show. Before the show started, I heated up olive oil and about 2 tablespoons of butter and sauteed onions, garlic, and thyme. So I'm about to work a little bit more on our corn chowder while you guys start to work on the roasted corn.
Sounds
then
good.
I'll be back to cut up the potatoes.
Okay.
All right.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay, well, we take a step up to the table. And as Sheila just mentioned, we'll be working on roasted corn first today while Sheila's kind of off to the side doing her corn chowder thing. So we each have our own ear of corn, and roasted corn is very simple. What we wanted to do is to show everyone how they can take roasted corn either from outside to inside, or if you don't have an outside grill, you too can make roasted corn. So I need everyone to take their ear of corn in their hand, and what we're going to do really simply is roast the corn in the husk. You know what part the husk is?
The green part.
The green part. Excellent. So what we're going to do is very gently pull back the green part. We don't want to pull it all the way off. We just want to pull it down to leave about that much still attached, okay? And if we can do that all the way around, kind of like you're unpeeling it. And it might be a little bit easier, Mateo, if you start, let's say, right up here. There you go. What you want to do is you want to expose the kernels of corn, okay? Because what we're going to do is we're going to take out the silk, this part right here. So it's a little bit hard. Let me start you up too. Take it from the top and then pull back so you can see the kernels. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Do you need some more help over there, Mateo? Or are you good?
Well, Mike, while you're working with them on husking the corn and pulling the silk out, I just want to share what we did so far. So what I just did was I dusted our sauteed vegetables with flour to give it a little bit of thickness. And then I added about 6 cups of vegetable broth. So we're bringing that to a boil on the stove. And I'm going to start working on the potatoes. I'm going to peel them and chop them up. And that's going to also help our chowder to get nice and thick, which will be a really important part of having a tasty corn chowder. Now, as Mike has shared, you know, corn has a lot of great juices, and it's in practically everything that we eat. But one of the things that's really interesting about corn is unique. Every kernel of corn has its own DNA. So when you see corn that is all, this corn here is yellow and white. It was genetically altered to have corn that looks like this, rather. It has been genetically altered because it's all one color. Each corn kernel is different. And when you see corn like the traditional Native American corn that's red and blue, that is some of the natural corn color. So it's just interesting to know that science has had a major impact on the corn industry. You guys about ready?
Yeah, they are doing an excellent job here because they have never husked corn before. Actually, this is, I think, their first cooking lesson. So the boys are doing wonderful jobs, as you can see. They both have most of the silk off the ears of corn. And Mateo has an exciting, because he has the white and yellow both, so he'll have some nice flavors on his corn. I think he has most of the silk off. How does that look, Sheila?
It looks good. So now you guys can start stuffing your husk with butter.
Okay, so it's really simple. All we're going to do is just put some of the pieces of butter on the corn itself, kind of like sticking it to the corn. And then we're going to wrap our corn back. We're going to wrap our husks around our corn.
Right.
So why don't I go first to show you.
And what you could do, Mike, if you wanted to, just to make it easier for the boys, is have them hold it up and kind of stuff the butter in too.
Okay.
Which will also help it get in easier.
Okay. So, why don't we push all of the husk up so it looks like it's almost wrapped up again. That looks good. And then, now, your fingers are going to get dirty. That's okay. We can wash them. Because you know at Kids in the Kitchen we believe in washing your hands. And so what we're going to do is then sneak a few pieces of butter underneath.
That's great.
And then cover it with a piece of husk. Okay? So why don't everyone take one piece of butter. Okay. Fold back a piece of your husk. Looks good. Stick the butter on the corn. And then cover that butter with your husk. And then turn the corn over and peel back another piece. You don't have to smush it, sweetheart. It's okay, it'll stick. It'll stick, it's okay.
You can kind of stuff, yeah, it's fine. You can stuff it down. I'll work with Mateo.
Okay.
So, like this, here you go. So, just stuff the butter in.
So the same thing over here.
Okay, very good. Now, you don't really need a lot of butter. You could just put 2 or 3 pieces in because it's the natural roasting flavor. Ah, my hands are so sticky.
These are cooking bands. They're not regular rubber bands. These are cooking bands.
Right, so where can you get them?
You can buy them at any cooking store. So you're going to wrap the husk up with the rubber band just like this. You're going to put it on a piece of foil in your oven. You're going to roast it at 450 degrees for about 25 minutes and you will have perfectly oven roasted corn. We're going to keep working with the kids while they stuff their corn and we'll be back in a few minutes. You guys are doing a good job. So you can just, just like that, stick it right on the sheet.
好，先生你好，歡迎光臨，等等先。唔該晒。